This is 7 National News, and in our top story. With more people forced to flee their homes than at any time since World War II, world leaders came together at the United Nations on Monday to adopt the New York Declaration, which expresses their political will to protect the rights of refugees and migrants, to save lives and share responsibility for large movements on a global scale. At the opening of the UN General Assembly's first ever summit for refugees and migrants, delegations adopted the landmark declaration, which contains bold commitments both to address current issues and to prepare the world for future challenges. The declaration will see the start of negotiations leading to an international conference and the adoption of a global compact for safe, orderly and regular migration in 2018, as well as to protect the human rights of all refugees and migrants, regardless of status. The International Organization for Migration considers migration to be a mega trend of the 21st century, representing unprecedented human mobility, with 1 in 7 persons worldwide living or working somewhere other than their place of birth. With representatives of nearly 200 nation-states looking on, a document formally linking IOM to the United Nations was signed, giving the organization for the first time an explicit official migration mandate. At the meeting, the UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon congratulated member states, outlining that the summit represents a breakthrough in collective efforts to address the challenges of human mobility. As part of the summit, members discussed issues including the rights of women and girls, ensuring that all refugee and migrant children are receiving education within a few months of arrival, and the support of those countries rescuing, receiving and hosting large numbers of refugees and migrants. It has been announced that the first edition of the Annual Radiology Meeting in the UAE will take place between November 12 and 15 at the Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre. Through a joint venture between Index Holding and the Radiology Society of the Emirates, the event will be the first specialised and dedicated conference and exhibition for radiology and diagnostic imaging in the region. According to the organisers, the event will witness the participation of around 300 internationally recognised pioneers and experts in the field of radiology, in addition to the participation of 5 leading Emirati radiologists. They added that the meeting will grow to be one of the leading specialised events in the MENA region, as it aims to improve the practice of radiology in the UAE by encouraging scientific research and building a strong educational platform in the region, which in turn will form a good reputation for the UAE in the field of radiology. The meeting is expected to discuss different branches of radiology, including body imaging, cardiac imaging, chest imaging, interventional imaging, radiography and more. Additionally, the Annual Radiology Meeting in the UAE will be held every year alternatively between Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and the second edition will be taking place next year from the 12th to the 14th of November 2017 at the Dubai International Convention and Exhibition Centre.
The diagnostic imaging in the whole world has advanced vastly in the last 20 years, probably more than any other branch in medicine. And in order for us to keep up with this almost continuously and development in the diagnostic imaging and interventional radiology field, we decided to come up with this meeting, which is held under the Radiological Society of the Emirates, in order to come up with the latest advances in diagnostic imaging for physician that's practicing, radiologist, and also the support service like radiographer in the health field in UAE, and for us to come also to interact with the pioneer people in the field of diagnostic and interventional radiology around the world, inviting them to come here to exchange with them the experience that they went through, and in order for us also to improve our practice in UAE.
Since this is the first launch for the event, we expect around 20 participating companies. However, we were very happy to see the support of the major brands. They're very excited that the UAE will have its own dedicated radiology event. That is the main thing, I think, where we'll see a lot of the big brands participating and showcasing the latest technologies. I think we anticipate around 800 to 1,000 square meters, mainly because a lot of them will bring their machinery on board. That said, the exhibition, maybe in 5 years' time from today, we expect it to be among the largest events in radiology in the region, probably attracting anywhere between 500 to 800 companies. And when it comes to delegates, of course, this is the launch event, so we expect around 300 to 400 delegates to participate with us locally and regionally. But I think within the next 5 to 7 years, we anticipate anywhere between 4,000 to 5,000 delegates to join us. Our goal is to make the United Arab Emirates the hub for this particular specialty in the region, as there are no dedicated events, for this, and the demand is high both in terms of the commercial side, the exhibition, and at the same time the demand is very high in terms of the scientific element, and that's why we're putting a very strong scientific conference program this year together, attracting some of the major speakers and scientists in this particular specialty, which is radiology, imaging, and diagnostics.
A new poll conducted by employment website Baith.com has revealed that more than half of employees in the MENA region believe that workplaces have become more stressful this year. In its poll entitled Stress in the MENA Workplace, Baith.com investigated the various factors that contribute to stress in workplaces across the MENA region. The poll has revealed that 52% of respondents in the Middle East and North Africa region agree that workplaces today are more stressful than they were a few years ago. And more than two-thirds at 69.1% agree that they feel more pressure at work this year in comparison to last year. The majority of respondents feel overwhelmed at work at 83%, with 26.2% feeling overwhelmed all the time and 74.8% claiming that jobs at their companies are more demanding than others. More than a third claim to spend too much time at work, while a quarter say that they spend just the right amount of time. According to MENA respondents, stress does not affect work performance the most. For them, stress affects their family relations at 27.9%, followed by their friendships at 21%, work performance at 19.9%, and health at 16.4%. The three main stress factors for MENA respondents are their financial situation at 40%, their work for 19%, and the personal issues at 18%. A low salary was reported to be the main stress factor at work for 28.2% of MENA respondents. Other stress factors include a lack of job security at 12.3%, the workplace environment at 9.7%, and not having a work-life balance at 9.1%. In addition, 40% of the respondents claim that technologies like email, laptops and phones intended to make their lives easier are actually contributing to work stress. Data for poll was collected online from June 26 to August the 2nd this year, and the results are based on a sample of 10,956 respondents. Abu Dhabi is set to introduce new regulations for ride-hailing services such as Uber and Careem, who will have to register their apps and abide by new rules to operate in the capital. According to local reports quoting senior officials at the Emirates taxi regulator, the new regulations are coming very soon and will include a provision requiring ride-hailing apps to register with the Centre for Regulation of Transport by Hire Cars, or Transat. US-based Uber and regional rival Careem suspended services in the capital on August 27 after many of the drivers were stopped by authorities over violations of regulations. Careem has since resumed services in Abu Dhabi, although Uber has yet to do so as it awaits clarification on some issues. Currently, ride-hailing services are not regulated in the UAE, and the new rules will help to control the market easier by blocking any unregulated application while enforcing tighter regulations to curb malpractice and a growing black market. According to the new Abu Dhabi regulations, ride-hailing apps must work only with luxury private hire companies and strictly follow their price structure. They must also send a list of drivers and cars to Transat, who currently work with 7 franchisee taxi companies with 7,645 registered taxis operating in Abu Dhabi. And more than 100 cars have been seized by police as part of a clampdown on illegal taxis operating from Abu Dhabi International Airport. As part of an ongoing campaign launched 2 months ago to limit passenger smuggling in unauthorized vehicles at the airport, Abu Dhabi Police has impounded 115 cars so far. Drivers found to be operating illegal cabs face fines of 5,000 to 10,000 dirhams and/or 30 days in jail. Police are also urging passengers not to use private cars and to use only licensed taxis when leaving the airport. And in other news, starting on the 3rd of October, Emirates Airline will be charging extra for selecting seats in advance. The airline has confirmed that the fee will be applicable only for selected seats. In a statement, Emirates said that for those looking to select their economy class seat in advance for tickets issued on or after October 3, the charge will only be applicable on special and saver fares in economy class and will vary depending on the duration of the flight. Children below the age of 2 and accompanying passengers on the same booking will be exempted from the fee. The airline added that if the seats are selected after online check-ins open 48 hours before the flight departure, there won't be any extra charge. And finally, in the bulletin, as millions of tons of waste is generated every year in the UAE, the Emirates Environmental Group, EEG, has announced the launch of the 15th cycle of the Clean Up UAE campaign, scheduled to begin in December this year. During a press conference held in Dubai today, it was announced that the 10-day Clean Up UAE campaign, covering all the Emirates in the UAE, will kickstart on the 6th of December in the Emirate of Sharjah and conclude on the 15th of December in Al Quwain, where an annual tree planting ceremony will be held to complete the campaign. According to the EEG, the cleanup activities in each emirate will focus on specific areas that need the most attention, which will include beaches, parks and desert regions, as well as open desert spaces. While stating that the campaign, since its inception in 2002, has grown into a wider UAE initiative, officials revealed that last year over 123,000 individuals managed to divert 79 tons of waste from landfills, and this year their aim is to reach 130,000 people, bringing together individuals, families and corporate organizations from all backgrounds in the UAE. As 27.5 million metric tons of waste is generated in the UAE each year, and only 12% of this amount is recycled. It was stressed that waste management is one of their key priorities, and this can only be achieved if everyone in the community is passionately involved in making the UAE an environmentally friendly and sustainable country.
I would like to see the education institutions to come on board, because they have a huge responsibility. Responsibility is not only the dry scientific material, theoretical part of it only. We have to raise a generation. The raising of generation has got so many other tools. Okay, there's the theory and there's the practical. Clean Up UAE is a very important, critical and practical platform for the future generation. They have to be involved. They have to put their feet into the sands of into the beaches, into the mountainous areas. They have to have that connection with the land, and they have to take with their hands the waste so that they realize, wow, I am part of this mess up. I have to play a role in cleaning it.
Actually, in Al Ain municipality, we put this campaign in our main program in 2016, and also we participated from 5 years also. We have to cover all sectors in Al Ain, especially the parks, and we send invitation for learning institute and also for other companies in Al Ain. Our target is to send them a message for them, so we will inform our clean companies to keep that place, not clean it, because we want to send message for them from these participations.